What's good, everybody? Remember 17 here. Today we're going to be breaking down a fight I had with the current quotation #1 ranked player on PlayStation. Ran into him on his ult, and M Guy Ganja. Now, usually I don't do videos like this, but given that a lot of the player base has a hard time understanding certain things with the submission system, you guys are going to see what I'm referring to and why you guys are going to see the title that you see. So, I was even in the room. I saw the fight was loading up, and I went to the bathroom real quick. And then I just randomly chose Strickland. And I was just trying to get the guy out of there. I wanted to fight in a different weight class. And he immediately puts me in the standing guillotine. So he's fishing for the short-term stamina drain, which is okay. And then he tries to initiate the struggle mechanic. I go for a fake to go drain the stamina. I figured he was probably go right for the sub. And I go towards the left where it's red. Usually that transition is better to go for, because it's the faster transition after you get a denial as a sub person. So immediately I kind of saw, okay, this is what I'm going to be dealing with. That's fine by me. Tries to go for a clinch again. I counter with the elbow. I clinch myself to get him down to the ground with a takedown. Tried to pass the guard, but the feet on hips escape overrides it. From here, I should have keyed on sooner that he's specifically inputting the clinch after my rear-handed strike. So that's a failure on my part. But tries to go for the rear naked choke submission. And, he's doing this with Kevin Holland, not somebody who's predominantly known for the grappling, but he does have high-level subs. And it was definitely something interesting to be dealing with. But I know this can be very frustrating for the player base to deal with. So being able to show you guys how I'm dealing with it. So over here in the full guard, playing the game with the nows, transitions, trying to go straight for the guillotine. And we're going to posture up and get the hell out of here. It's not too dissimilar from certain metas that ran around in UFC 4. And the big thing here is going to be composure, because for the next 3 rounds, this is what this guy's game is going to consist of. So he goes back to the clinch. I'm realizing I'm going to probably have to start pre-denying this. Notice every single time he takes me to the cage, it's an automatic drop down. So you don't have to worry about that too much. And this is a weaker entry for the guillotine. Now here, watch this. He denies my transition. And what I'm going to do is, once I hit 0 short-term stamina, I know he's going to try to go for the submission. Because the standing guillotine is not the strongest entry, this overrides that attempt almost every single time unless you royally fuck up. And I did fuck up in one moment, but you guys will see, and you'll see why I was okay. So he rolls over to the heel hook, and here for the heel hook, I immediately go for the get up. And this get up is going to override the heel hook attack, and I'm perfectly fine. I race the transition. That is what racing is. Your transition is going to be racing against the other transition to win the exchange. Now here, I figure he's probably going to go back to the standing guillotine, which he tries to do, but he fails. I hold R2 to deny. I clinch him back. Try to go for the trip. A lot of things with these guys, you can't be afraid to grapple back. When you are fully on defense, it doesn't help you at all. So now we're back here to the cage. I'm like, all right, I'm chilling. Trying to initiate Wizard there. Now he's trying to spin me around, drain my short-term stamina a little bit more. And I guarantee you, he's probably counting the seconds in his head. Now here, I should have faked again, right? I had 0 short-term stamina. He doesn't know where my stamina is at. But this time he waited. But now I go back in that transition again. And because I faked earlier and drained his own stamina, that's barely going to take anything off my bar. And because I was trying to transition to the right direction, it drained even less. So his plan of probably taking down my bar by half or whatever didn't really work. So it's some good racing defense. If I had gone back to the red side, where it was like the full guard side, it would have made the choke a little bit tighter, and then he would have gotten much more off my bar. Well, not much more, but a little bit more. But we still win the round off of damage alone. Wasn't really able to do much in that department. We got a cleaner takedown, and I realized, okay, next time if I run into this dude, I already know what I'm going to have to do. But in this case, we're like, all right, let's see what we got to handle here. And I had no interest in touching gloves, because terrorizing the player base in this way with this is with Kevin Holland. If you did this with Damian Maya, at least it make more sense, but it's okay. Here I start to circle off with the jab 2, and I got to be careful because people have to give certain cheesers or cheesy styles some credit, because there is some type of game plan behind it. And notice that when I tried going with the jab 2, he's starting to use the slip hook. So he's chaining all that stuff together. It's a system that they have, right? Because the jab and the cross serves to deny the clinch. Now here, I know that Kevin Holland has a heel hook, or he should have a heel hook from this position, because he went for it from bottom half guard. And usually if a guy has it in bottom half guard, it means that they have the heel hook position from top full guard, excuse me. But we reverse the position. We end up inside saddle, and I do kind of royally fuck up. You guys will see. But now it's about control. Usually, when you get somebody like this, you want to be able to just control them, win the round, and just go about your day. But here we go for the rear naked choke. All right. Time to test out your sub defense. Right? Initiate the struggle. I go for the submission. Wait a second. And here, I'm not concerned about that transition because it's going to put me in half guard. When you see their legs push down on your leg, they're not going to reverse you in that position. The only time they reverse you and put you down to full guard. And here's where I fucked up. I forgot about the darts. So he tries to go for the darts right away, and here I immediately race to the red side because after denial, that is usually a faster transition. Wherever the letters are red, when you get a denial in TBS, that is the preferred side that you'd probably escape to. So we end up back on top, which is real good. And here we end up taking this back mount. Try to go directly for the rear naked choke from here. Deny this transition. And of course, like the players they do have an understanding of what works, but they choose to play in a way where they know it'll be really frustrating and that you'll lose your patience dealing with it. So he gives up mount, tries to go for the heel hook. I figured he'd try to go for the heel hook. Thought he'd catch me off guard, but no. And here we go for the triangle choke. And now from here, I'm like, all right, now I'm pretty good here. Initiating the struggle. Probably expecting him to move, deny that transition. And I'm going to immediately go for the triangle choke. He waits a little bit too long to try to race. And we're able to get this first initial triangle choke with Sean Strickland. Now, I don't know where his bar is at, but it's a deep submission. We're going to go attack the armbar here. Now, here's something weird happens where I'm going to go straight for the armbar. But I don't know if it's a matter that he won the race, but my transition bar doesn't really go through. But it's only about 20 seconds left in the round, so not much damage can be done here. He'll probably try to go for a submission at the end of the round, which he tries to do. Goes for the Kimura. We recover back into half guard, and there's a couple seconds left. So the meta game for this individual is pretty clear, and I'm going to make a video on, I'm probably going to call it striking archetypes, like UFC 5 meta striking stuff and then UFC 5 meta grappling stuff. I'll go by like A, B, and C specific archetypes. Let me know if you guys would like to see that in the comment section when you guys watch this video. But now, we kind of figured out the guy's game, right? This is his game. It's a bunch of duck clinches and aggressively attacking submissions, which not an issue by me. It's a matter of how he's doing so. Although that's a beautifully timed back clinch take. Now watch what he's going to do here, though. He's going to try and take advantage of the fact that the camera angle shifted and trying to immediately initiate a submission, but we're able to deny that. So here we're staying really patient. We're not going to panic. Patience is key. And then we're going to be able to transition relatively soon unless he goes up the backside. So he does do that. He probably recognizes I'm probably going to lose the position again. Tries to go through, but we have a good stamina lead where I felt confident that he wouldn't be able to flatten me out and back flat. Fake the Kimura and try to go back sitting. Thought I'd catch him off guard with that. Try to go for the contextual backside, but I don't think Sean Strickland's wrestling transitions are that high. So I do make a mistake, a very grave one. Very grave one in round 3, and you guys will see it shortly. It's because I forgot about a specific submission entry. So we go to sprawl, and he ends up going for the Darce choke, and I just I saw the get up transition pop up, and I'm like, what's going on here? And I got just straight up potatoed. And here, I should have taken a mental note that the last time that when he tried to get me in the guillotine second time, he was ready to deny to the left, which he did. And this time, I kind of like fall asleep at the wheel a little bit. Now, I know his short-term stamina is low, which is why he isn't able to finish me, but he gets real aggressive with the submission. So he tries to go for Kimura, then the Darce. We successfully deny it. We go back in the sprawl. Pay attention that he's going to try to go for the Darce again. I realize that he's pre-denying because the grapple advantage meter above is going up high for no reason. So right after that, we're going to go up and take his back. Now from here, I figured, I'm like, all right, his short-term stamina cannot be high. Like if mine is low, his has got to be low. So he's going to go immediately up. Probably avoided going heel hook because I probably would have went backside. Now we're going to go take his back from here. And the fact that he wasn't able to reverse my position when he went for the slam tells me his short-term stamina is low. So we're going to attack the armbar here. And now I'm taking a big leap in confidence here. I'm just going to chill for a little bit, let my short-term stamina recover. go initiate the struggle, see what type of reaction I get. If he's going to transition, tries to transition, we deny it. We're going to go straight for the armbar. And it's not a tap yet, but I figured, I'm like, all right, we got 2 good subs in. We just need 1 more. Tries to transition to the left. And the way that how slow that animation was tells me that his short-term stamina is low. And we go straight for the armbar. Does not an attempt to race. And the fight is over. So, things to take in mind, right? So, a lot of the game was ducking underneath my rear-handed strikes and taking my back that way. Hindsight being 2020, probably should do more leg kicks. Probably should have just kept throwing lead hand strikes so he wouldn't have been able to take my back as he was able to. The duck clinches are pretty hard to guess, and there were some beautifully timed ones on his part. Other things, though, like him trying to go for the submission after the camera angle changes, it lets you know how much of a grabbing place that a ranked is, because people do anything to win. But hopefully this will help you guys deal with this significantly better. The sub defense, of course, the short-term stamina drain on the standing guillotine needs to change. I really think they got to just reduce it in general. But for this specific style, hopefully this helps you guys out a lot. And I'll be dropping some more stuff with races and submission defense and everything else. Murder 17, I appreciate all of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Take care. We'll have some more content coming this week. I'm out of here.